Hey, what's up guys? This is Mr. Jensen with EdTech Integration. In today's video, we talk about a really simple thing that can make a huge difference in your gradebook. One issue I see a lot of times with teachers, especially as we start new semesters and new quarters, is that gradebook categories are not the same in Powerschool and in Canvas. So in today's video, we talk about making sure that you're downloading your categories correctly in Canvas, and then also that those categories that we have in Powerschool are the exact same categories and weights that we have in Canvas. A really simple thing that makes all the difference. So let's check it out. Okay, so there's a couple different ways that we can do this. The first way, I think the way that we should be doing this, is starting in Powerschool. So if we're in Powerschool and we go down to our settings and we set traditional grade calculations here, what it's going to ask you to do is it's going to ask you to set the weights for each class. Okay, so I have a couple of different classes here. So let's say for first period integrated science, I want to set the weights for quarter 3. Now, if I come over here to the actions, the edit menu right here, it's going to ask you how we're going to want to do this. Now, as of right now, it's set at total points. So what I can do, if I wanted to weight my different categories, I would come down to category weighting, and then I would start from there. Now, if I only have one category, it can only be 100% of the weighting. So let me add a different category. So this first category is exit tickets. The second category here might be classworks and practice. Now in my class, I only have 3 different categories: exit tickets, classwork, and then tests and quizzes. Okay, so let's say, for example, let's just start with an easy example. And we did these 2 categories. So if I had one weight for each of these, it would split it equally as 50-50. Now, let's say I wanted a 2-to-1 ratio. So let's say my exit tickets were more important. I wanted those to be 2. Okay, so that means that now my exit tickets are worth 66.6% of my classwork, or the total grade, and then the classwork is 33%. Okay, so we could do the same thing with 3-to-1, okay, 4-to-1, so on and so forth. Okay. Let's add my third category here. So I have exit tickets, classwork, and now I have tests and quizzes. So let's say, for example, if I added 1, 1, and 1, this should break it down to 33 for all of them. Okay, so they have equal weights. Now, if I wanted to say that my tests and quizzes were the most, maybe something like that. Okay, so the essence here is that we need to start in Powerschool. We start in Powerschool, we set our weights. Once we've done that, we're going to push the save button here. Okay, so I'm going to push save. That's our first step. Now, if you're starting a class over this semester or this new quarter, we're going to need to come back into Powerschool. We're going to need to download our assignment groups. Now, as you see right here, my assignment groups are already downloaded. So I have my classwork, my exit tickets, and my tests and quizzes. Just to review, if you do not see this little icon here, right here, that says imported from Powerschool, it will not sync to Powerschool. So all of the assignments that I have under these tabs here are not syncing to Powerschool. Now I have this intentionally because there's assignments we do in class that are not worth points, or they're just incomplete. So I put those assignments under here. Okay. I also house assignments in here that I want to pull for different quarters and things like that. If you want to keep things really, really simple, download the assignment groups and just have the groups that you have in Powerschool right here. Okay. But just to review, if you do not have these, we need to make sure that these assignment groups are downloaded. So let's do that. So if you don't have these assignment groups downloaded, we're going to come up to here, the 3 ellipsy dots, click on it, and you're going to say import assignment groups. Once that does, it's going to talk to Powerschool, and it's going to take 3 or 4 minutes to do that. Once it's finished, what you'll see here is, again, you'll see these assignments groups done. Okay, so going back here real quick, we have our weighting done for, now I just did my weighting, just to be clear, I just did my weighting for period 1, quarter 3. Okay, so see, these are total points, that's category. If I wanted it for period 3, now I teach all the same classes, so I would need to go to period 3, and I need to do the same exact thing. Go to category weighting, I need to do the same thing for each one of my classes. Okay, so once I've done that in Powerschool for all of my classes, I come back to Canvas, And my second step after I've downloaded my assignment groups and set the categories in PowerSchool is come here. It says assignment groups weight. So we want to weight final grade based on assignment groups. And this is really important. We've got to make sure that these percentages match up with the percentages of PowerSchool. Because if these percentages are different than the ones when they sync to PowerSchool, your grade books are going to be off. And that's not what we want. So if I remember correctly, what we had was 20%. Not for that one, sorry. We had 20% this guy, 20% for this guy, and I think this was 60%. So as you can see, this adds up to 100% as we add this in here. Now that goes to 110%. Okay, so we got to be careful and make sure that these add up to the right things. So if I go back here, assignment groups, I'm going to take that guy off and 0. Okay, you'd obviously push save. Now when this syncs, it's going to sync and it's going to do the weighting for you. Okay, so to review, step 1, set the assignment group weights in PowerSchool. Step 2, make sure your assignment groups are imported. And then step 3, make sure that your assignment group weights are the same in Canvas as they are in PowerSchool. I hope that helps.